Okay, welcome to the video. Today we are going to learn how to create the welcome animation that you just saw. This squiggly welcome text with the moving squiggle line and the spinning flower. We're going to start with creating the welcome text. So you'll open your layers and add 3 new blank layers. I'm going to use the dry ink brush and start on the bottom layer, moving to the bottom layer. Ignore that very last layer. It's just, I like to keep one layer above the background color. Okay, so I'm writing the welcome and make sure that you have it in the spot that you want it for the animation, since we're about to trace over this welcome text on the second layer. So click on the next layer above and we're going to rewrite welcome right exactly over how we just wrote it. And since each time you write it, your handwriting is slightly different, it will create this fun wiggly effect. Okay, I don't know what I was saying here in my original video, so I just have this blank space that I'm going to fill with my voice, and I just want to let you know that I'm trying really hard to breathe and swallow normally in this video so that it's not terrible to listen to. All right, thanks. Continue. And then move to the top layer and rewrite welcome one more time. And don't worry about your handwriting not being perfect in every layer. A little bit of imperfection, I think, makes the wiggly effect work better. Okay, so now you have welcome written 3 times and it's going to create the fun wiggly effect. Oh, and it looks so cute. So fun. Okay, now we're going to move on to the squiggly line. So first you're going to go to the bottom layer that we created and you're going to draw the first third of the squiggle line under the welcome text. There it is, squiggle line. And now you're going to move to the next layer on top and continue the next third of the squiggle line while slightly overlapping the first third when you draw. And now the last top layer, you're going to finish the squiggle line, again, slightly overlapping the layer you just drew and complete the squiggle line. Okay, now we will test to see what it looks like. And slow it down. The line looks like it's moving across the page, which is fun. So fun. Move on to the spinning flower tutorial. So for this, we're going to again start on the bottom layer, and we're going to draw the little flower doodle on that first layer. And now you can take the opacity of this layer down since we're going to be sort of spinning the flower. It might be easier to see, which I think I'm going to do, or I'll show you on the next part. No, I'm going to show you now. Okay, don't know why I took that off. Okay, so I'm going to take the opacity down so that when you're drawing on the layer above, the layer below doesn't interfere with your view as much. And you'll be able to see just how much you're spinning the flower from its original position. Okay, so now you can take the opacity back up, or you can take the opacity down on both layers so that when you're doing the third layer, it's slightly easier to see how you're drawing compared to the previous two. So here goes the third one. I'm going to draw it just slightly more turned than the second and the first layers so that it's creating the spinning effect. So before I test it, I'm going to go take the opacity back up to 100, make sure it shows up on the animation correctly. And now let's see what it looks like. Slow down the animation, and there it is. It looks like it's spinning. So fun. And the next part of the tutorial is going to be how to create the spinning effect with an object that has more detail. I'm not going to draw the detailed flower, but I'll show you the steps to take if you have a more detailed object that you want to create a spinning animation with. So you'll start with your object, drawing your object. I've drawn the flower. Then you're going to select it, drag your 3 fingers down to cut and paste the object into its own new layer. And then you will duplicate that layer so that you have the object for each of the layers of the animation. And then you'll just pinch the layers together so that you paste the object onto each of your layers into the exact same spot. And so I'm showing you here how to pinch the layers together so that you just add that copied flower onto the layer in the same spot. And now you'll go to the second layer and select the object and then spin slightly, and go to the top layer and do the same process again where you're spinning, selecting, and then spinning the object, or turning it slightly to give it the spinning effect. Okay, and now let's see what it looks like. Wow, here we go. And the flower is spinning. And if it was a very detailed drawing, you would have a spinning detailed flower. Thank you for watching this tutorial. Hopefully this is helpful. I remember seeing other artists adding these animations and I really wanted to add them too. So if you feel the same way, hopefully this tutorial helps you create them more quickly and easily.